I mean, we could start from, or what I actually, or what I actually did. Like, where do we want to start here?
So we should retell the entirety of the whole thing?
I mean, we could start from,
Because one of the amazing things,
we'll have to start from the entirety though to get to you.
I would like to say this is that I care more about the truth than my own personal stuff. So I will fully admit that this was all my fault because I was the one who read the fucking story post that Suspects Op had posted up talking about the chain. I was joking around about that, and I texted him this morning after I listened to the Monday show, and I apologized, even though none of the fans really thought to put blame on me, and he didn't put blame on me. But when I look back at it, you really didn't say that much about the chain thing. I read the fucking thing that had been posted in the Reddit or whatever, which, like I told him, I shouldn't have been joking around about that. Because, like, me reading it off, you ended up kind of, like, taking the brunt of him being a little pissed off about that. He didn't really necessarily, like, know what I said and what you said. You might have been saying a little something, but I was the one who read the fucking statements that this other dude put out there. So that was bad on my part. And I think that when I listen to Suspect and Gina and Flacco on the Monday show talking about how we all need to move as a unit and stuff, I would say that that's a pretty good example of bad.
Yeah, because
teamwork.
if you wouldn't have
respect that,
because if you wouldn't have put that bullshit that you learned in the Reddit into the group chat, I would have never known anything about his incident at all. I don't know what the fuck's going on out here. I only know what you guys are talking about, so I just bring it up, and then, I kind of laugh about it and shun it. It's like I don't really give a shit. So
right, because still to this day I don't know what the argument is that he got his chain took. I heard him talk about it on the Monday show and basically explain that it's at the dealer and such. So I'm just going to take his word for it. I haven't really watched any videos from other people saying shit about him, but it's kind of like if we're all going to be on the same team, especially in terms of something like that. Like, okay, let's say that the scenario was that he really did get stripped at one point in his life and got his shit took. I mean, we still should talk about that in a sensitive way on here. We shouldn't be laughing about it, right?
If he really got his shit stripped, I wouldn't talk about it. Right. I don't think nobody should, because that's real. And
I would extend that to everybody. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. There's a person who's on camera, used to be on camera, et cetera. I'm gonna be as vague as possible, who had a situation exactly like that, and I never said a word about it.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it, but just the way.
Give him a heads up.
Yeah, but what's the way? Yeah, and I'm supposed to give you a heads up, but just the way I grew up, I always address the elephant in the room, and I try to make a joke out of the situation to make things light on you. So that was me, like I said, that was me protecting, just the well-being of the whole group, to let motherfuckers know that our camaraderie and our togetherness is just it's infinite. So for me, it wasn't no malice there. That's what I was trying to, get off and tell them. So me explaining the whole situation, oh, okay, we did that. I wanted the people out there that felt like them putting that story out would not affect us
as a team,
or detour us, from thinking any type of bad way about him. We don't give a fuck what happened out there. So with that being said, I'm gonna fuck with it, whatever the case may be, and then joke and laugh about the whole situation. So it'll make light on, we can't even really do nothing. It doesn't matter. We can't do nothing to take any shine off of him, because like I told him before, I don't know what type of shit he's got into before he got here. So it's a lot of motherfuckers that'll hate on you and are hating on you because your shit is moving forward. And you're moving forward. There's still somebody's there trying to take you down.
You can't stop. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, you put yourself out to the camera. People are going to critique. They're going to make narratives. They're going to do whatever it is. And originally, when I first started hearing about it on the weekend, I was like, all right, are they going to talk about it on the Monday show? They didn't do it. And then when I got on stream, my whole chat was like, talk about it. And I was acting like I was ignoring the shit. And then Suspect hit me up and he was like, hey, show them this. And I was like, well, if you want to explain your case, just call in and shit. And he called in and he said, he got the chain. He sent it to the jeweler and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was over after that. And then the next day, T-Rell joke around. No malice in his heart. That nigga, that's who he is. If it was me, he'd be like, nigga, just like the China Mac situation. He China Mac whooped your ass. We laughing about it. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that kind of like was the tone with which we were talking about it. We were kind of joking around about it as if it was a foregone conclusion that something did happen where you guys changed or whatever, that's the thing that's kind of fucked up. I'm going to use another example too. When I was interviewing Wack starts doing his little comedy routine about like, oh, Gina was dancing around in a thong at Blueface's house, yada, 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 which anybody who knows Gina knows it's not true. Wack knows it's not true. Wack's just trying to be funny. Now, my gut instinct right away, I was like, that's not true. That is not true. Gina was only there because she was working there, whatever. And I look over at her and I see that she appreciates it because especially as a woman in this environment, it's like if Wack was to start making that joke and I were to just roll with it, which from the context of like just being funny and like antagonizing each other would not be anything like that out of the ordinary. You know, if I had just been like, yeah, Gina, you was naked up in the fucking Blueface crib, whatever.
They're
like
gonna take it as credible.
But people are like we kind of owe it to each other to, if we have something that we're just fucking around with each other and like trying to like make a fucking fake narrative or whatever, that we kind of owe it to each other to make it clear when we don't actually believe that. So I kind of think we let Suspect down in that regard. And so I don't even know if he actually saw our conversation early in the episode, but him calling in and being a little upset was pretty justified, I think.
Yeah, and that's what, you know, and I had a long conversation with Suspect because, nigga, I got caught up in the same shit. It's like you're trying to stop narratives. Like, you can't stop narratives. People are going to, like, make what they want to make. Like, whether you got your chain taken or no, people that hate you, they going to say that you got your chain taken. You could give them all the proof in the world. And, you know, even when I got emotional at Rell, I'm like, it doesn't matter if something is true or not. People are going to do that. So I gave, you know, Almighty the same advice. I'm like, bro, like, you're never going to beat the internet. You're never going to beat what it is. Like, you're in a position now that people want to be in. They're going to pick on you. And if they see that it bothers you, they're going to continue to keep drilling at that shit, whether it's fake or not.
And because there's levels to shit. Because it's like getting exposed for, like, if you got your chain took, it's obviously a really big deal. Everybody in fucking rap knows it's a big deal. It's going to be viewed a certain way. If you're Gina and you were like twerking naked, which again she didn't do or whatever, that would be a really big deal in terms of like how she was viewed by people. It's kind of different than like some of the other jokes that we'd be antagonizing, like the fact that we make fun of Yuri for doing the orange thing back in the day. Like, we brought that up 5 billion times. Some people would think that that was like really fucking embarrassing. We all obviously feel like we have a friendship with him where we don't think that he's taking it that serious or whatever. But like certain things are kind of put in a different category of offensiveness.
I've been in this situation before.
I've
taken a rapper that got his chain took multiple times. And what I did was put respect back on his name.
You 100% did that.
Because when you fucking with real niggas, they can't do shit about it. So that was me telling the world, fuck what y'all talking about. We got this nigga back because I've been through this same situation already. And not just one time he got his shit. I'm talking about multiple times, even to where AD got his shit.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But I've done this. Look, yeah, but I've done this before in a lifetime.
Fake narrative.
I've done this before in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Where I feel the situation and I know where you coming from. I know, so I know how to work it. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to get in those cracks, and I know how to shut these motherfuckers up. I've been in this situation, and I did it for a decade. You feel me? I made niggas respect a certain motherfucker. You feel me? Just being behind the scenes. I swear to God. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
you definitely did that.
I definitely have experience in that, you know, but the situation did get crazy. I mean, he did call in. It you know, it was warranted. You can call in, whatever the case may be. It was a little aggressive. I think I took it a little bit. I think I handled myself really exceptional on the No Jumper show.
Well, let's clear up the order of operations.
Yeah, here. But not on the community. I think I took it a little bit too far.
Let's talk about it. So we get to the end of the day, and he calls in, and you guys start going back and forth, and it's an argument. But it's not like that crazy. But then in the corner of the room, there's a large Wario-looking individual. Some would call him the Punstigator.
Yeah.
And I believe that he starts chanting right away, pull up, pull up, pull up. Now, we could talk about everything else about how this was handled. To me, when you have two hosts that get in an argument, I feel like that is maybe not the energy that we should be like rushing towards. You know, I think that trying to de-escalate probably makes a lot more sense. And when I heard that, because I could hear him in the background, I was like, pun's getting spicy.
You gotta look at it right where we come from, and T-Rell he'll agree. Almighty already admitted that like his call was he was on some fighting shit.
That is true.
Yeah, because he felt like T-Rell was playing with him. He felt like he was a hater at the time. Like he just felt like the energy T-Rell was giving off. Like he didn't want to say I'm gonna fight you on camera, but you know, pun is saying pull up. It's like nigga, because where we come from, nigga, if you gonna talk like that, pull up. Y'all niggas get y'all issue. We go right back to scheduled programming and shit. And you know, once the cameras was off, another phone conversation happened, and it got a little more spicier in this room.
And this is before the community. This is before the blast show.
This is before the blast show. Mm. So it went to I'm about to pull up to no jumper right now. You feel me? So yeah, we was gonna facilitate it and, you know, make sure everything was taken care of the right way.